Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into the Queen Sports Network as we welcome you into Curry Arena. Side of today's volleyball match for the A-Sun between the Jacksonville State Gamecocks coming in at 14-1, 2-0 in conference play, sitting atop the conference against your Queens University of Charlotte Royals, still searching for that first A-Sun win here in their inaugural A-Sun season in 2022. Glad to have you along with us. As always, I'm Mike Lennon, and a tall task ahead of the Royals here this afternoon. We talked about it. 14-1 are the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. That lone loss coming just 3 matches ago to SEC opponent Auburn in 5 sets. They've beat the likes of the Citadel, Clemson, Indiana this year, so a very capable team over on the other side as this team is primed and ready to go. Head coach Todd Garvey, in his 5th season out of Louisville, has his team primed and ready to rock here in 2022, looking for an A-Sun championship. They came in ranked 2nd in the league, right behind Florida Gulf Coast to start the year in the preseason rankings, but they are making and vying for that championship already here with just a couple of matches played thus far. First ever trip here inside Curry Arena. And of course, a shout out to all those affected by the hurricane here over these last couple of days. Stay safe, stay dry. It is a rainy, wet afternoon here in Charlotte, but we are ready to go as Kendall Bush will get the start today, and she will start us off on the serve. And we're underway here inside Curry Arena as we welcome you in to the Queen Sports Network. Had to pivot from ESPN today with a time change. Glad that you're joining us here on our YouTube page for a little one-off broadcast. We'll be back on ESPN tomorrow as the Royals will host Kennesaw State back-to-back. Very tough matches here coming into this weekend. As you see the left-handed Elena Kinderman, the leader for this team over on the other side for the Gamecocks, gets it started with a kill. As she approaches the league lead, she comes in sitting 3rd as we speak, but continuing to climb the ranks here. This is the best offensive team in the league this season, as going right down Main Street as Victoria Wood gets it dug out. They'll send it near side with the Gamecocks. That block proved to be pretty good against Liberty last time out, but the defense is going to have to be spectacular today if you are the Royals. There is Victoria Wood getting the start and gets the first kill of the day for the Royals as well. And a little 1-0, a little 1-1 battle here, and some energy over on the other side, because this would be a massive upset if they could pull it off, but nothing to lose here today if you are the Royals. Jordan Johnson, little jump serve gets us back underway. They'll set it up far side, hugging that line, and beautifully executed that time by Sophie Riemersma, as she is able to tuck it somewhat in that left boundary over there on the far side. Saw some open space, went for it, and makes it 2-1 Jacksonville State. Gamecocks will switch gears and head up to Liberty tomorrow, who is playing Kennesaw State today. That match coming up at 6 o'clock. Again, we pivoted from a 6 p.m. start to a 4 p.m. start as the block is there on the other side. One shy of 100 blocks here. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Royals do have 100 blocks this season. Now 99 on the year for the Gamecocks. It's a 3-1 advantage here for Jacksonville State out of the gate. A little jump serve there from the libero, Erin Carmichael. And there is a kill. Kendall Bush will get credit for it. Jordan Johnson will get it on that one, as unable to handle it on that far right of the zone. Jordan Johnson, we talked about it, 2nd on the team in kills coming into this afternoon. She has been a constant since last year. Allie Johnson leading the team with 171, but give her an ace now as Jessie George, libero, comes on and immediately gets an ace. That is her specialty, is the service, and she comes out, gets the job done there, makes it 3-3. Good crowd on hand here as that one skims the top of the net. They'll set it up for the middle. Riemersma gets it again and does not disappoint as she goes right down the middle for the kill. Up and over we go, 4-3 Gamecocks. And coming in as the best offensive team so far this season. We'll talk about those stats as we head into the 2nd set. We welcome you in here. Allie Johnson winding up, but top of the net ends up disrupting that shot. Nice dive there by Bush to keep it alive. They'll set it up Victoria Wood's way. Yes, she did. Victoria Woods, great job that time. Knows this court well, hasn't always got the start this year, but tasked with it this afternoon, and she's already got 2 of the 4 here this afternoon for the Royals. She'll head over the bench and talk to Hannah Long here about what they want to dial up as Caitlin Dowling will step onto the court for the first time today. She'll have the serve. Far left it goes, a back set punched over. Diving again is Kendall Bush. All over the place here today. You'll see a couple of different setters this afternoon between Burrow and, of course, Kendall Bush. She leads the way right now for Queens in terms of sets and has got a little bit more of the playing time so far. Missed the entirety of last season, in essence, due to an arm injury, but has made the most of it, has the sophomore this year, backed up by the freshman Burrow. 5-4 Jacksonville State, though, as that one goes out of play. Pass back to the net. Bush sets it up Johnson's way. Good dig. Tough overpass that time. Able to keep it alive for the Royals. They'll go back to Allie Johnson. And just over the back line, says the back official. And a tough break for the Royals here at home as the Winterville, North Carolina native not getting the love. And it'll make it a 6-4 advantage for Jacksonville State. Another serve up coming here for Lucy Wilkinson. And scratch that, my apologies. Kylie Quigley on the serve for Jacksonville State. Little back tap that time. Trickery is there and executed very well by Claire Oakes. Oakes, one of the many graduate seniors on this team, a transfer out of Southeast Missouri State, a Chesterville, Missouri native. But came here to play a 4th and 5th year for Todd Garvey, who's in his 5th season. Graduate from Louisville back in 2003. Has his team primed and ready for a championship here in 2022, though. Johnson gets it popped up. Nice save there by Oakes. Now a chance for the offense again for Queens. They'll go Dowling's way, and the lefty gets it dug out. Back to the left side. Is it in? No, but they say it's touched by Jessie George. And the kill will indeed be good that time for Courtney Glotzbach. Glotzbach. Jacksonville State 2-0. One of 4 2-0 teams so far this year in Jacksonville State, Kennesaw State, Liberty, and Lipscomb. Another one in there on an ace that time, and it's an 8-4 advantage now here for Jacksonville State. And like we said, Royals coming in, not necessarily maybe expecting to win this, but a definite ability to come out and play with nothing to lose. And just try to see what you can do. Last week against Liberty, a tough break for them, is had the first set in hand, saw it slip away, and got a little bit tough from that point on. Liberty, though, playing a heck of a season so far themselves. As that one, nice little back set, and easily taken in for a kill. A 10-4 advantage to start things out here for Jacksonville State on the road. And a quick timeout for head coach Hannah Long, as we will take a timeout with them. We're back after this. 10-4 advantage for the Gamecocks out the gate here on this Friday afternoon. See what Coach Long draws up out of the timeout. Nice little stretch here by the Gamecocks to take this 6-point advantage. Latest kill coming from Katie Montgomery. She's second on the team in that category now with 135. We talked about Lana Kinderman leading the way so far, just shy of 200 already in the first 15 matches coming into this afternoon. Did pick one up earlier in this first set. Tough dig that time, saved in by Bush. Allie Johnson will return. Overpass to the net. Nice tap, but an even better recovery that time by Jessie George. And now the Royals get called for the violation over the top of the net, and it'll quickly make it 11-4. Talked about it for just joining us. Best offensive team this year so far by a long shot in the A-Sun are the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. 14-1 overall. That one loss to the SEC's Auburn in 5 sets. They've taken down Clemson, Indiana, the Citadel. A lot of good quality teams this year out of Power 5 conferences, especially with Clemson and Indiana on that list. That one will stop the run, though, here and give the ball back here to the Royals. Sally Johnson leading the way this year is the sophomore, part of that outstanding sophomore class for Queens. As that one is out, touched at the net by the Royals on a quick little recovery. As back and forth they went, and the head official ends up calling it a tap at the net. Tough break for Queens here at home again, 12-5. Serve up and over that time by Katie Montgomery, but it's a side out. Good communication in the back by the Royals. Not allowing that one to fall in. They'll make it 12-6 as they cut it in half. We'll see if they can put together a little stretch of their own. Kayla Mcduffie, high school teammate of Allie Johnson, on the serve here. No nonsense serve that time, straight up and over, but at the net and off the antenna, they will say goes the right hand of Glotzbach. Redshirt sophomore out of New Albany, Indiana, gets whistled for it there, and back-to-back points for the first time and a couple of points here for Queens. Queens in their first season in Division I. They had the honor of having the first ever Division I win in school history. In fact, they did 2 of 3 to start the season at UNC Asheville. But a nice block there as Glotzbach gets it back on the two-handed stuff. And up over 100 blocks go the Gamecocks now here on the season. Second on the day so far. This is a team that hits .313 as a squad. Head and shoulders above the rest of the league competition. .350 so far here today. Royals with 4 errors and only 4 kills. 8-1 for Jacksonville State here in this opening set. They'll go to the old faithful Lana Kinderman, who gets it dug out by Johnson. To the middle to Jordan. Jordan just taps it up and over. They'll set it near side to Glotzbach. Beautiful adjustment midair that time. Found a little open space in the middle of that zone on the left side, and she'll quickly make it a 13-7 advantage. Scratch that 14-7. Quick back set, but Johnson just can't get it over the top of the net. And will kick right back down, makes it 15-7 here for the Gamecocks. Gamecocks, as I said, so far here in conference play, 2 matches, 2 wins. 6-1 in those 2 matches in terms of set wins. Lone loss was to Central Arkansas in the opening match a couple of games ago. Nice little return that time by Jordan Johnson as she returns the favor. The dive in the back that time by Aaron Carmichael, all for naught. Senior libero, good effort that time, almost got a fingertip to it, but Jordan Johnson used a little trickery. One time through the service order, back to Kendall Bush we go. 15-8 here in the opening set. Johnson, tough break there. Was a hesitation there by Allie Johnson. Not sure if she was going to try to get that or let that go out. Probably should have let it go. Probably would have gone over that back line. Instead, she got a fist to it. And will make it an even kill that time by Courtney Glotzbach. Assist to Claire Oakes on that one. Claire Oakes doing a fantastic job. Comes in sitting second in the conference with just shy of 600 assists so far here on the season. Down the middle goes Glotzbach. Victoria Wood will have to return, not the hit she wanted. Now a chance for the offense here for the Gamecocks. They'll go to Kinderman. Winds up, lets it fly, and it's out of play. Good job to pull the hands down at the net. They saw the power coming, knew it was going to come off the middle to top of the hand. They let it go, and a good call that time to make it 16-9. Hanging around here are the Royals. Jordan Johnson now on the serve out of the left of your screen. They'll set it up near side this time. Through the block goes the right hand of Sophie Remersma. Remersma, transfer out of Miami, Ohio. Couple of transfers on this team. They are led, though, by a 5th-year senior in Lena Kinderman, who has been here all 5 years, the 6'2" outside hitter out of Germany. Back set now from Bush. Good hit that time by Woods, but an even better dig on the other side. Now the overpass back over on a dig try, that time by Allie Johnson, will sail out of play and make it an 18-9 score here in the opening set. Jacksonville State has been fantastic all year long, and they've started out hot once again. Again, originally was supposed to be a 6 o'clock match. They dialed it back up. Nice save by the Royals that time to even keep that off the floor. And now a chance for the offense here on the return. To Wood they go, tipped off the block. They'll back set it now here to Allie Johnson. Offensive set, near side, beautiful execution that time by Sophie Riemersma. And second timeout coming here by Hannah Long, as we will keep it here. 19-9, the advantage here in the opening set. As we talked about it, let's take a look at the 2022 season stats thus far. First ever meeting between these two teams. When you look at that left side of your screen there, Jacksonville State 14-1, 2-0. They lead the league with 746 kills. That's almost 150 more than the Royals have coming into today. Just shy of 14 a set and a .313 attack percentage so far this season. First in every one of those categories. The only one that the Royals had an advantage in coming into today was the blocks. Now they're all even at 100 apiece after these opening 2 blocks here in the opening set. Right now, Jacksonville State 13 kills, 2 errors, 379 in the opening set. Meanwhile, for the Royals, 5 kills, 5 errors, sitting at those zeros in the hit percentage. 1 ace apiece and a 17-12 dig advantage right now here for Jacksonville State. They are led by Sophie Riemersma. She's got 5. Glotzbach has 4. And Katie Montgomery has 2, showing the ability to have the offense spread around, not just a one-trick pony. With Kinderman being the lone attack on the right side with that left hand. In fact, she has just 1 kill so far. Meanwhile, for the other side, a pair for Victoria Wood and Jordan Johnson as they lead the way, but an ace right out of the timeout will make it 20-19. And sorry about that, but either way, 20-9, it goes, does the score. Wet and rainy Friday afternoon, but clear and dry inside of Curry Arena. Queens trying to pull off an upset this afternoon, hugging that left line. Probably would have been in either way, but it's tapped at the net by the Gamecocks. And Allie Johnson has a kill for the second time today. Jessie George now here on the serve as she gets some last-minute instruction from assistant coach Daniel Mirda. Good crowd on hand here despite the weather outside. As they'll set it up to the middle. Beautiful job that time. A little trickery on the set, and it'll be Katie Montgomery that will get the kill under her belt, as she now has 3 on the afternoon. Mike Glennon alongside you here on this Friday. As that's dug out by Allie Johnson, they'll set it up for her offensively. She just punches it over. Gamecocks with a chance to return. Right to the middle it goes. Bush slides in and digs it out. Johnson gets it stuffed back. Beautiful job that time. Claire Oakes right there with 2 hands. 22-10 goes the score here in the opening set. $18 quality digs so far here for Jacksonville State. As a little sweat wiped up off the floor there over on that far side. 12-point advantage in the opening set here for the Gamecocks. You're watching A-Sun Volleyball here on the Queen Sports Network. We're back on ESPN Plus tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. First serve between Kennesaw State and the Royals. Victoria Wood, though, catches a beautiful pass that time and flush over the top, riding that right sideline, and give her another on the day. She's got 3 to lead the team. Victoria Wood getting the start today and making the most of it. Matching her jersey number now here in the opening set. Kaylin Dowling will check in to serve for her. Floats one just over the top. Allie Johnson with a quick little touch on the overpass. Good dig by Jordan Johnson. They'll set it up near side for Dowling. Lefty gets it pushed back towards the net. Right hand comes, missed shot, and out of play. Katie Montgomery tried for it, but caught it too much off the fingertips, and it sails straight and out of bounds. 22-12 here in the opening set. This is what we saw from the Royals last week. You know, even if you don't necessarily go into a match expecting, you're trying to get you're trying to move that needle, if you will. You're trying to get better with each and every play. And a lot of stuff to look at so far here today. And you really can't defend against just good quality offense, and that's exactly what Jacksonville State has had so far this year, as another missed attack, a rarity so far here in this opening set for Jacksonville State, but back-to-back there for the Gamecocks. 14 kills, 4 errors now here for Jacksonville State. Good dig that time on a hard, thunderous right hand by the Gamecock. Beautiful back set, moving that direction and tucking it in just nicely on this left sideline. Another one for Katie Montgomery. 23-13 goes the score. As now Kylie Quigley, the senior outside hitter out of Port St. Lucie, Florida, will check in and try to close out this opening set for the Gamecocks. Up and over, dug out there by Dowling. Tough set now here for Jordan Johnson on the return. That'll set it up for Montgomery again. Good defense that time by Queens. Now Quigley down the middle. Another good dig that time by Jordan Johnson. Allie Johnson tries to tap it to the back left, but just a little bit too much on that. Right idea by Allie Johnson. Knew nobody was home. Nobody was able to get there, but it just clicks over the wrong side of the out of bounds, and that makes it set point now here for Jacksonville State. Quigley looking for an ace, gets it off the top of the arm that time by Dowling. And Allie Johnson will take it. Miscommunication in the back as Quigley tried to slide in, just couldn't quite get there. Hanging around for one more. 24-14. Allie Johnson on the serve, up and over it goes. Little back tap that time, and that'll effectively end it as Claire Oakes will take a tough pass back towards the net and convert it into a point. 25-14 goes the opening set. Gamecocks make quick work of it. We're back after this with set number 2 as teams will change sides. Jacksonville State leads 1-0. On we go to set 2 here inside Curry Arena on this rainy and wet Friday afternoon in Charlotte, North Carolina. Glad to have you along with us. As always, I'm Mike Glennon. Had to make a quick pivot on this one. Originally a 6 o'clock start. Ended up having to change it to 4. That's why we're not on ESPN+. We'll be back on there tomorrow afternoon as the Royals will be staying right here at home and hosting Kennesaw State, who will come into town at 5 p.m. is first serve for that. You take a look at it there. Jacksonville State's lone loss is to Auburn in 5 sets a couple of matches ago. Meanwhile, the Royals looking for their first ever ASUN win in their inaugural ASUN season here in 2022. We'll switch sides of the court here for the for the second set. As Claire Oakes will get us back underway here as Jacksonville State will have the serve. Good dig, led by Riemersma in that opening set, just about as perfect as you could be. 16 kills, 4 errors for the Gamecocks. Meanwhile, 8 and 7 for the Royals. They'll set it up for Kenderman, but double hit that time called on the Gamecocks, and the Royals will start on top here with the advantage point-wise to start things out here in this second set. Royals just trying to make a game out of this one. See if they can't put a little something together. Back-to-back really good teams coming into Curry Arena. In fact, the preseason second and third picks in the ASUN coming in on back-to-back days with Jacksonville State today and Kennesaw State tomorrow. Kennesaw State in action at 6 o'clock tonight up at Liberty. As Liberty came in here last week and took the second of 2 straight matches in a home-and-home against the Royals last Sunday afternoon in the home opener. Victoria Wood, good right hand, and Victoria Wood has looked fantastic today and making her head coach, Hannah Long, look smart, putting her in the starting lineup. Leading the team right now is Wood with 4 after that latest. And looking very good from that right side. A lot of power for the sophomore. Out of Jacksonville, Florida, not Jacksonville, Alabama. And Jacksonville State located in Alabama, not to be confused with Jacksonville University. (3-1) is the score now as top over the top it comes, I should say, excuse me. Hate to repeat myself, but Sophie Riemersma has been showing something from that left side today here for the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. And now wiping some sweat up here, Jesse George trying to get it off the floor there. Don't want to see any injuries. Definitely don't need to see that. 3-2 in favor of Queens here in this second set. Meanwhile, Jacksonville State on the serve. It's Erin Carmichael, the libero. She'll send it over, dug out by Allie Johnson. They'll set it up for Victoria Wood, but a good push back at the net by the Gamecocks. Now a chance offensively here. A little pass, left side tap it goes, dug out by Allie Johnson. Now down the middle, Jordan Johnson gets it pushed back as it's Katie Montgomery that gets it slapped right back up and over. Good stuff at the net that time. 4th block of the day now for the Gamecocks. Still none for the Royals. All tied at 3 here. Jacksonville State trying to take their first lead in the second set. Won the first one 25-14. It's Riemersma. That left-hand power showing it off there, but a great dig by Bush. Now they go the opposite direction with it off the top of the block, out of play, and it's another point for Jacksonville State. Bush to the near side, tapped over there by McDuffie. To the middle it goes, and right through goes Montgomery. We talked about her having a great season so far here for the Gamecocks, and she's continued it on today. Montgomery now second on the team with 5 this afternoon. As that'll push her season total now here to just shy of 140. Wood back the other direction, and she got the top spin on it and makes it a 5-4 match. Toria Wood making her name known here this afternoon if you're a Royals fan. Welcome inside Curry Arena. 5-4 battle here in this second set. Jacksonville State took the first one 25-14 if you're just joining us. Looking to make it 15 wins in their first 16 tries here this season are the Gamecocks. And more importantly, moving to 3-0 in conference play before they head up to Liberty tomorrow. Lana Kinderman with the credit on that last kill to make it 6-4. Johnson winds up, lets it fly. Now a nice little mid-air adjustment, We've seen that several times from the graduate senior Claire Oakes. Transfer out of Southeast Missouri State. But she reads the back of that zone well, and before she even makes a pass or a set, she just decides to slap it over herself. And gets the point that time to make it 7-4. Out of bounds it goes on the return by the Royals. 8-4 now here for the Gamecocks. Another little spin in the hand by Brooklyn Shifley. Right down the middle. Heard the thunder on that one. Right in the wheelhouse it goes to Allie Johnson, and she does the rest. Sophomore has pounded that ball over the top of the net. You heard it all the way up top here. She'll be on the serve now here as she floats one over the back right to the net, and there's Kendall Bush. Not the tallest player on the court, but gets up above the net there on the overpass and does her job to pull him back within two. Nice little back set that time by Claire Oakes, and Katie Montgomery will do the rest. That little slide play there has worked effectively this afternoon for Katie Montgomery. As Quigley will sub out, and behind the service line goes Sophie Riemersma. Near side set to Jordan Johnson, tipped up at the net here by the Gamecocks. That'll set it up far side, and a good one that time over the top flush. Courtney Glotzbach got it down as Jesse George got some fist to it, but ends up popping it up and over. Off the top of the arms there of Dowling. That'll be a setup for here for Allie Johnson. Now a chance, another little slide play, and the same exact result as it's Oakes to Montgomery. And another clean kill that time here for the other side in the Gamecocks. (11-6), battling at the net, still keeping it alive for the Gamecocks, but they are whistled for it. As a double hit that time, just an odd play trying to keep it alive, and a wry smile by Katie Montgomery. Luckily to even get that ball up off the floor, and does that, but gets whistled at the net for it. 11-7. Kayla Mcduffie now on the serve for Queens. Middle of the zone set that time. Good little pass back by Claire Oakes. Got it to Sophie Riemersma, who is the hot hand right now. She's got 8. Riemersma with 8. Montgomery with 7. Glotzbach with 5. Meanwhile, 5, 4, and 2 for Wood, Allie Johnson, and Jordan Johnson, respectively, for Queens. Second straight set, first one to a dozen for the Gamecocks. They'll set it up again for Glotzbach. Now a return in the middle by Dowling. Back and forth we go. Jordan Johnson gets it pushed back at the net, and it's Claire Oakes with the 2 hands on it, combining with Zoe Gonzalez. Senior transfer out of the ACC's Wake Forest. Out of Longmont, Colorado, went to Niwot High School, a fantastic volleyball school in the state of Colorado. And a dive there, all for naught for Jordan Johnson. Gets stuck on the floor on that landing as she dove to put a fist to it, but another kill and sent back here by the Gamecocks. Montgomery on the serve. Should say not a kill, an ace that time for Montgomery. But there's Anna Law, gets a nice little setup and a cheer from the crowd. Anna Law, a young lady that has not seen a ton of playing time in the middle over the first couple of years, especially with the likes of Lindsay Elmore sitting behind her, but has gotten a lot of starts this year and has made the most of it. And a shout out to her, has done a little work for us at the Queen Sports Network, so much appreciated on that aspect as that one tips off the top of the hands and down to the floor there on a great return. Once again, that's what the Gamecocks will do to you. They will not give you a chance to establish your offense and get multiple kills in a row. A lot of one-and-dones against this Gamecock team here this year. Now Oaks on the serve here, tips it off the top of the net. Setting it up for Wood. Thunderous right, but too strong and out of play. Good setup, good execution, just couldn't keep it on the right side of the out-of-bounds line. And now a side out there as the Royals will have good communication in the back and let it fly on out of play and get the ball back here as 9 serve at 16. Good dig, far side set it goes. Glotzbach gets it pushed back. They'll set it up for Kinderman. Kinderman slaps it with the left and well out of play. They wanted a tip at the net. Ooh, and the backside official with the call. And like I say, unfortunately today, no replay available. Right now it stands at 17-9. Official's gonna come and huddle up. 3 of the officials calling it a point for the Royals. The one backside official calling it a point for Jacksonville State. And they will indeed go with the tip at the net, and a tough break there. Again, Royals usually have that challenge. Unfortunately, not here this afternoon. Kendall Bush going to come over and have a conversation with the up official. Just want to get an explanation on why the call was overturned. Like I say, 3 of the 4 officials had called it in the favor of Queens, and some obvious displeasure from the Royals faithful in attendance with the boos there. Either way, is what it is. They're going to have to deal with it. It's 17-9. Tough break for Queens here at home. Seen a couple of them go against them here so far here inside Curry Arena, their home turf. Chance for the return here for the Royals. Now the offense coming right down the middle that time. A good hit by Remersma. On another beautiful setup that time by Claire Oaks. And a timeout by Queens trying to stop the bleeding just a bit. 18-9 here in set number 2. We'll take a step aside with them back right after this here on the Queen Sports Network. Couple of breaks going against the Royals here at home this afternoon, but head coach Hannah Long, I'm sure, telling them just to stay locked in. She is one of those coaches that will for sure never rest on what the officials have to say. She wants to see the best out of her team, and sometimes you just got to respond. We'll see what the timeout does here as Kylie Quigley, on the serve. Lean back that time by Johnson. Nice slide in there with two knees by Kendall Bush to keep it alive. Now a chance for the Gamecocks to return. To the left side goes Zoe Gonzalez on another beautiful set right in the wheelhouse by Claire Oakes. 10-point advantage for the second straight set here for the Gamecocks. Quigley up and over on a rainbow serve. Back set to Woods. I should say Wood, my apologies, out of play off the antenna on the return, and Wood will get credit for it. She's played very well. A good bright spot today for Queens moving forward. Got another tough one coming into tomorrow with Kennesaw State coming to town. That'll be on ESPN Plus, as we'll see one of the freshmen check in. The 6'2" Hallie Brown out of Goldsboro, North Carolina will check in. The middle hitter has seen some playing time so far here today. I should say so far here this season. And she's back on the court trying to apply a little bit of height in that middle and try to see if they can't get that block going. Tucking it in beautifully in the back. As Sophie Riemersma continues her hot day, she's the first one to double digits as she now has 10. Claire Oakes now with 26 assists on 31 points, on 31 kills, I should say, for the other side in the Gamecocks. 20-10 here in this second set. Kenderman gets it dug out. Now Jordan Johnson a chance to return. Gamecocks coming right back to Kenderman, and it's good. The left hand is too brutal. And just floating through the air that time is Lana Kenderman. On top by 11 go the Gamecocks. Trying for the dive was Jesse George, but give him an ace. Aaron Carmichael gets credit. Now another timeout here by head coach Hannah Long. We will step aside with him. 22-10 here in the second set. Gamecocks trying to close it out when we get back here on the Queen Sports Network. It's 22-10 as Jacksonville State still on the serve after the second timeout by the Royals here in this set. Victoria Wood going right back to what has worked all day for the Royals. Have gone away from it a couple of times, but Victoria Wood has looked fantastic so far here this afternoon. Wood coming in, sitting third on the team in kills with 77. As now with the 7 today, she's up over 80. And looking to be the third Royal to 100 so far this season. But Katie Montgomery will return the favor once again here for Jacksonville State and make it 23-11. Meanwhile, just in comparison for Jacksonville State, if you look at their lineup, they have 3 already over 100, and with Courtney Glotzbach doing what she's doing today, that'll be 4 now with 2 more kills for her. Back set to Allie Johnson, thunders it down and stuffs it into Aaron Carmichael. Beautiful shot that time as Allie Johnson wound up a little bit extra on that bad boy. Makes it 23-12, just making her presence known, the leader on the team so far this year. As she now sits 5 shy of 180. Quigley gets it pushed back to the net once again. There's Claire Oakes with that trickery. does a great job reading where the Royals are standing in the middle of that zone. Has been fantastic with that little left-hand tap up and over. Something we've seen, of course, the Royals' Brooke Farley do. Graduated last year. She was known for that as her specialty. Nice little tip. What a save by Carmichael. Setting it up for Glotzbach, and that'll do it for set number 2 as it's 25-12 in favor of the Gamecocks. With the win here, we will go on in to the third set. A 5-minute break, though, as we go in between. We'll be back in a couple of minutes to get you set up. Both teams will switch sides once again. Jacksonville State leads it 2-0 on the other side of the break here on the Queen Sports Network. On we go to the third set. Jacksonville State up 2-0 as we switch that sides one more time. Jacksonville State has been a juggernaut here this afternoon, as they have been all season long, coming in hitting .313 as a team with over 780 kills and about 14 a set, leading the conference in all three categories. Well, they're doing it again here today, as they have a .448 hit percentage this afternoon, 35 kills, just 5 errors, had 19-1 in that second set. Meanwhile, Royals hitting .059. A little bit better in that second set, hit 111, 7 kills and 4 errors, but Jacksonville State has been a force to be reckoned with so far this year against every team. Royals are no different, as another one right out of the gate here to make it a 1-0 lead here for the Gamecocks. Kylie Quigley will be back on the serve here for the Gamecocks when we get back underway. We're in the road blacks here today. Meanwhile, the Royals with the white tops, blue shorts. Good crowd on hand here this afternoon, though, rooting on their Royals in the first year of Division I athletics. It has been an adjustment, that's for sure, against the kind of caliber teams, especially a team like Jacksonville State, Kennesaw State, who comes to town tomorrow. Florida Gulf Coast comes up here in a couple of matches for the Royals. So some of the best in the nation in the mid-major ranks, and a lot of them sitting right outside the top 25 here in 2022. I would not be surprised to see this Jacksonville State team get ranked here coming up if they keep this up. Victoria Wood not the return she wants, so a chance now for Jacksonville State on the offense. Far side kill attempt, there it goes, as Ava Haney, who just came on for the first time today, gets it set up her way on the left side and takes care of business. 2-1 advantage here for the Gamecocks. Aaron Carmichael back on the serve. Back set from Bush. There's Wood again off the top of the block. Carmichael able to get a hand to it, but unable to direct it the way she wanted to. That one tips over and off the top, and it's tied at 2. Left-hand serve from Kayla Dowling. That'll set it up middle. Push back by Kendall Bush at the net. Kept alive by the Gamecocks. Kenderman taps it over. Now a chance for the Royals to return. And a law goes down the middle, but Katie Montgomery is there with 2 hands to block it right back. Thanks for joining us once again here on YouTube. A little switch up here in the lineup as we switch from 6 o'clock to 4 o'clock. But glad you're alongside me here on this, I would like to say, beautiful afternoon in Charlotte, but I'd be lying if I was. It's pouring down rain, and like I say, hopefully everybody has stayed safe with all this stuff rolling through. And of course, our hearts go out to the folks down in Florida as they look to rebuild everything that is coming up. For those that have been affected or have family that have been, just know thoughts and prayers going out to each and every one of you. Wow, a lot of power there from Allie Johnson. The overpass sends it back. A little reactionary kill that time. Tipped up and over, and a push back at the net. Looks like a violation by the Royals will make it 5-2 Jacksonville State. Left hand there from Kaylin Dowling. Now a chance for Montgomery the other way. Push back to Allie Johnson, trying to punch it to the back right, but too far. As a good job to pull the hands back there in the back line by Quigley. 6-2 Jacksonville State here in this third set. Up 2-0 here on the road. Back-to-back road matches for them as they'll head up to Liberty tomorrow, who plays Kennesaw State, who's coming to Charlotte tomorrow afternoon here on ESPN+. To the near side it goes. Stuffed away by Kendall Bush. Give her a block on that one. Not the stereotypical name we're used to calling on the block, but she'll take it either way. Royals will pick up their first official block on the day. 6 blocks for Jacksonville State. Back set to Montgomery. Little slide play again, kept alive by the Royals. Jordan Johnson will tap it over. And Anna Law was waiting for the return, didn't see it coming over, and instead falls down in front of her. Jordan Johnson trying to let her know it was coming down on the wrong side, but unable to get it. (7-3) now Gamecocks. Bush pushes it far side. Jordan Johnson gets it tipped up in the net. Now a chance the other way for Quigley. Overpasses back. Good save by Jesse George again. Jordan Johnson trying to get it there, but ends up kicking off of the official, so that will be out of bounds. And makes it 8-3. Good communication on the side out there, and that'll make it 8-4. Royals going to try to put something together here in this third set. See if we can play a little more volleyball here on this Friday afternoon. Looking for their first win in the A-Sun in their program's history. And in fact, looking for their first set win in A-Sun conference play so far. Unlucky for them, they've played 2 very good teams so far in both Liberty and now, of course, Jacksonville State. Doesn't get any easier tomorrow. But Coach Long has talked to us time and time again. Her team will never back down from a challenge. And they look to just move that needle with each and every game. Now Quigley, a chance for the return off the top of the block. Unlucky for the Royals there, as Dowling and George trying to go after it, but ends up sailing out of play. And timeout coming from Coach Long. It's a 10-4 battle here in the third set. We'll take a break as well. Back right after this here on the Queen Sports Network. Out of the timeout, we'll see what Coach Long talks about. It looked like she was really emphasizing to her team, especially for those at the net, to keep the hands angled up and over. A lot of missed tips at the net here today so far for Queens, and has allowed the ball just to sail on back and out of play, and a point for the Gamecocks. So we'll see if they're able to adjust here in this third set. They'll head it up down the middle, off the top of the net, and out of play. It'll be a Royals point, so a good job there to stop the streak to make it 10-5. They'll get the ball back here on the serve. Kendall Bush behind here for the serve. Another bright spot here this afternoon for Queens. To the middle of the line she goes. Little front set here. Quigley with a thunderous right. And Kylie Quigley, a great job to hammer that one down. Most power we've seen out of her here today. 11-5 go the Gamecocks. And the side out, though, will help out the Royals. Queens is trying to hang around, force a fourth set if they can. Right now, though, 2 kills, 3 errors here in this set. Meanwhile, on the other side, 8-2 for the Gamecocks, and the side out not going to help.
Wilkinson.
Head coach Todd Garvey in his 5th season over there for Jacksonville State has got this team primed in 2022, trying to make a run to the NCAA tournament and make a little bit of noise. They've already taken down a Big Ten and an ACC opponent this year. Their lone loss is to Auburn in 5 sets out of the SEC. So have played some Power 5 and have come out very successful against them. Royals, though, will get a point back there, as it'll be up to Kayla Mcduffie. The Victoria Wood kill makes it 1 shy of double figures for her. And now a miss hit that time by the left hand of Montgomery will go out of play. And back-to-back points for Queens here for the first time in this set. Don't forget, coming up, first serve tomorrow, 5 o'clock on ESPN+. Right back here inside Curry Arena. Royals will host Kennesaw State. Then on Sunday, senior day for the women's soccer program, coming off their 2nd straight ASUN win and 2nd straight Division I win as they took down North Alabama last night in a great match out at Dixon Field. They'll be back out there on Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock, and then the game that was supposed to be played tomorrow for men's soccer against North Florida, which was rescheduled for obvious reasons, that'll be at 6 o'clock on Monday night on ESPN as well. Make sure you follow us across social media at QU Sports Network and at Queens Athletics for all the latest and greatest from Queens Athletics throughout this season. And, of course, to check out all the great content that we have throughout 2022. And I guess I should say 2023 as well. Believe it or not, folks, swimming getting underway tomorrow as winter sports are finally getting that direction. Not very far away from basketball season. Things will tip off for the Royals here inside of Curry Arena on November the 7th. There we go, as they will take on Marshall for their first ever Division I competition for men's basketball. Very exciting time to be a Royal, that is for sure. We talked about it going into this early part of the seasons. Teams are going to have to understand they're going to take their lumps. But, man, have these teams gotten progressively better as the season has gone on. They've just faced tougher and tougher competition. Somehow that ball pins around and stays alive on a great kill attempt by Allie Johnson. Wood with the return. Dug out by the Gamecocks. As now Jordan Johnson just going to have to hit it back, and unfortunately goes out, and that one's a tough break. Now 5 in a row here for the Gamecocks, and just not much you're going to do with a quick little send back. Jesse George sends it to the middle. Victoria Wood just pops it back up and over. Now a chance right down the middle for Montgomery again, and Montgomery does it again. Second Gamecock that gets to 10 points. And a timeout coming here. Second one taken by the Royals. We will step aside back in just a couple of moments with the remainder of this match coming your way. 18-8 in favor of Jacksonville State here on the road. Well, a very quick timeout. 18-8. As Royals just trying to stop the bleeding just a bit here inside Curry Arena. Jacksonville State, though, has come in and imposed their will as they've done all season long to pretty much everybody they have faced. Just a lone loss on that record so far, looking to make it a 15-1 start to this 2022 season. Good dive in the back that time by Jordan Johnson to keep it alive. Allie Johnson looking for the return, but at the net, it's Katie Montgomery combining with her teammate Maddie Stayer. A couple of new fresh faces on the floor for Coach Garvey and the Gamecocks. 19-8 here in this third set, trying to run away with this one in 3 straight. Bush sets it up for Wood off the tip, and it's down to the floor. Victoria Wood, if anything, here this afternoon, Victoria Wood has been something special for Coach Long. She's now got 10. She sits just shy of 90 on the year. Coming into today, had 77. Of course, now up to 87 with the 10 she's got on her ledger this afternoon. Kaylin Dowling right down the middle there with that one. Almost ducks it to the floor. Instead, returned here by the Gamecocks. Dowling digs it out. Set up for Allie Johnson, but there is Montgomery and Stayer again, combining for another block to make it 20-9. The net play, the attack percentage, it's all been on point this afternoon for this Gamecocks program. 7 Gamecocks with 4+ kills, 2 of them in double figures, and Montgomery and Remersma. Bush, nice save at the net that time to even keep it alive for Queens. Meanwhile, it's right back the other direction. They'll set it up again to the middle. Anna Law sends it over to the right. Back this way it goes. Blocked at the net, and it's Anna Law and Kendall Bush. And you gotta love the passion still here from the Royals. The scoreboard may not be in their favor. This one may not go that way, but the Royals staying in it for each and every point. 20-10 now. Allie Johnson to serve it up. Floats it over. Give her an ace on it. Saw something, dialed it back, and got the ace. Second on the day there for Allie Johnson. Third on the team's stat column here this afternoon. Near side set it goes. Good right hand, but a good dig that time by Dowling. Now set up for Jordan Johnson, who taps it over. Oak sets it down the middle, quickly right through it, and it'll make it 21-11. And now Lucy Wilkinson, the freshman out of Fairhope, Alaska, will check in for the first time. Fairhope, Alaska to Alabama. That's a long way from home. Now even closer, one coast to the other. Good serve, tapped back by Jordan Johnson. Now a chance to return it this way for Quigley. Quigley gets it blocked to the net, but unlucky there for Kendall Bush as it goes out of play on the block. 22-11 as they close in on match point. Quick substitution coming here as we'll see a fresh face for the Royals. Ellis Sargent, the freshman out of Greer, South Carolina, will check in for the first time today. Good serve again by Wilkinson, but just too much. Great communication in the back line by the Royals to let that one go out and stay alive for a couple more points. And now Ackerman will come in for the Royals. Ellie Ackerman, another freshman out of Knoxville. Number 27 down there at the net for the Royals. I think just getting the substitution inputted into the book. Looks like we're good to go at 22-12. Now to be 23 there as a good, on the side out, I should say, and we'll send it right back the other way. Looking to close it out here this afternoon are the Gamecocks. 23-12 here in this third set. It was 25-14, 25-12. Looking to make it the same here in set 3. Said they'll set up Ellis Sargent. Gets it pushed back, saves it with a fist on a nice little block back to her. Tipped up there by Allie Johnson. Kaylin Dowling trying to get it up and over, but the height proves too much there. Zoe Gonzalez right over the top, sends it back, and it's match point for the Gamecocks. Deep breath here, and the serve up and over. No, excuse me, right off the top. We'll stay alive for one more. Morgan McClure with the missed serve on that one. Now Victoria Wood will check in for Dowling. Brooklyn Shifley checking back in here for the Gamecocks. There's an ace. How about that? Kendall Bush not ready to go home just yet. Yeah, we've talked about it today. Some good bright spots for the Royals. Victoria Wood being one of those. Kendall Bush having a good day as well. 17 assists with 8 digs and an ace now on her ledger. George, good dig. Flipped back by Bush. Diving, saving the back, but can't keep it alive. As Kendall Bush, right as I'm talking, are making me look smart here on the broadcast. Sends it to that back left where she knew nobody was. 24-15 here on this serve from Bush. They'll back set it to Gonzalez. Off the fingertips there, step saved alive by Queens. Now they'll set it up Gonzalez again, and she tucks it in, and that'll do it. Gamecocks come to Charlotte and win it handily here. 3 sets to none, 25-15 here in set number 3, as they will move to 15-1 overall on the season and 3-0 in conference play. Meanwhile, Queens will drop to 5-11 and 0-3 in A-Sun play so far, but they'll be right back at it tomorrow as Kennesaw State comes to town tomorrow afternoon. First serve set for 5 o'clock on ESPN+. Make sure you come back and join us. Go out and enjoy the rest of your day. Stay dry, stay safe, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.